Hey, what's up, guys? This is John, and I am here with Crusader, who is a producer in the Brony fandom. How are you today, good sir?
I'm doing pretty well. It's going good.
Good, good. Uh, he does a lot of light rock stuff, and I really enjoyed what he was able to perform at Cider Fest, so thought I'd get him an interview.
Yep, super glad to be here.
Yep. All right. So first question I have for you is, what is your Brony story? How did you get into the fandom?
Ooh, okay. Um, well, it actually started right after my junior year of high school. Um, I have a friend that I've known since high school. Uh, he was the one who told me about the fandom because I remember I saw him wear a shirt that said, "We are bronies. Friendship is magic. Expect us to forgive and forget." And
I've
he
seen
ended up,
that.
yeah, he ended up showing me a few episodes, and I was hooked pretty quickly, actually.
Okay.
I got really curious and I ended up wanting to see more of it. And I remember thinking to myself, oh no, I'm not a brony, I just really like this show. And
Yeah.
have already watched the entire first season. This was during the hiatus between season 1 and season 2. So
Okay.
probably the most active part of the brony fandom.
Okay.
Uh,
So mid
I
2011.
Yeah, mid 2011 exactly. And senior year, I think, is when I was officially brony. Like there was no question about it at that point. And I attempted fan music. Uh, I was always I always wrote music. I always played music pretty much my whole life. But I didn't really attempt music. Well, I did attempt music around that time, but I didn't really get good at it until like 2013. So that's about when I actually started writing fan music.
Hmm.
And didn't really take off with it until like late 2015 because I was on a hiatus for a bit, but I'm super glad to be back into it. Really.
All right. Cool. All right. So next question is, what sort of instruments do you own?
What do I own? All right. I own a guitar, a bass, a two ukuleles.
Okay.
What else? A melodica. I have a violin back home where I'm from in San Diego, but I haven't played that thing in a while.
Okay.
Uh, I wish I had my own piano. I do play the piano. I'm a little out of practice, but I still play it, and it's just back home.
Hmm.
It's so those are really all the instruments I have and all the instruments I play.
Okay. Cool. Do you know what brands of those they are? Like your bass and guitars and whatnot?
Yeah, my guitar, my acoustic guitar at least, is a Takamine, specifically a Jasmine model, and I bought that because it's a super affordable model. But in my opinion, Takamine, the brand itself, makes probably the best cheap guitars, and it goes to
Okay.
show, in my opinion, price never equals quality. You'd be surprised what you can get for not a lot of money these days. I
Yeah.
have a Gretsch bass. I have an electric guitar that's a Fender Telecaster. That's probably my favorite guitar.
Hmm.
Uh, my melodica, I believe, is a Yamaha brand.
Okay.
Sort of a lower end model, but it still sounds great.
Okay.
Uh, I don't remember the piano. At least I practice on back home. I don't remember what that one is.
Okay.
But those are my main instruments. Oh, and my ukulele is a. Both my ukuleles are Mitchells, the brand
Okay.
Mitchell, and sound fantastic.
Awesome. So I know that you do a lot of recording with your instruments, but I know that when it comes to mixing and mastering, what sort of DAW/slash plugins do you use?
I use Logic Pro X, and the reason why I started using it was because the audio engineering program at my university required us to use it.
Hmm.
So that's how I started using it, and I loved how easy it was to use. They pretty much revamped the DAW to make it look exactly like GarageBand,
Okay.
and I use a lot of the stock plugins already in Logic because, in my opinion, most of the stock plugins are already pretty good. But I
Hmm.
use some external plugins now. Um, for example, these days I don't really record with a real amplifier as much. I use amp simulators,
Okay.
which are plugins that you can download, and I use a free one called Lepoo Amsims, Lepou, which they sound fantastic, really. And I also love the amp modeler in Logic Pro X. I also think that sounds pretty cool. I love the drummer feature in Logic, where it's pretty much a built-in drummer, so I don't have to produce the drums myself. It sort of does it for me, and then I can just mix them to my taste. I love Logic Pro, and I honestly don't see myself switching at all, ever.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I know the that sort of DAW. Also, FL Studio is another really popular DAW when it comes to musicians when they start out and everything. How long have you been producing music?
Let me think. Well, I've been singing my entire life. I picked up the violin when I was 10, and dropped that when I picked up the guitar because I wanted to play rock and roll music.
As with everyone.
Oh yeah, that happens. And around the same time is also when I picked up the bass and the ukulele. And piano. No, I didn't really pick up the piano until I was about 18 or 19 years old. But that's when I've been playing music, at least, and I've been writing songs, I think, since I was 14, which is also about the same time I started performing on stage, so about 8 years now I've been performing. In terms of recording music, I didn't totally get into recording my own music until 2015, early 2015. Is probably when I actually started recording music on my own, with my own interface, using this DAW myself, and mixing it myself. It's probably the first time I actually started recording music, so I'm still fairly new into it, but I do it so much that I feel like I'm improving quickly.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite genre of music?
I love music. I can't pick, but there are some genres that, well, for the most part, you could say I'm just into rock music.
Okay.
I tend to like really happy kind of music. I think that's why I have a real soft spot for pop-punk music.
Okay.
Blink-182, Green Day, All Time Low. So really, I guess pop-punk would be my favorite, but I go all around, really. I like really happy, dancey, electronic kind of stuff. I'm a huge Owl City fan.
Okay.
So, I mean, for the most part, I guess I'm into rock music and some happier electronic music.
Okay. Does it affect how you produce your own music at times? Do you have like a particular style that you like to follow from some of the music that you like?
Yeah, actually, I would say what influences me big time is my pop-punk taste, because I've listened to so much of it in the past. I would also say music from like animated shows has also been a big impact.
Okay.
People have told me that my music sounds like something out of a cartoon, and I think that's because I listen to that kind of music so much that it seeps into my music in a way. In fact, Daniel Ingram, you might know him. He's the guy who does the music for My Little Pony.
Yeah.
He's a huge influence. I think he's a fantastic songwriter, just a fantastic composer. So those two right there, for sure. And like I said, happier aspects of electronic music. I have lightly been compared to Owl City in the past.
Okay.
In fact, I briefly just produced instrumental electronic music. Don't bother looking for it, it sounds terrible. But, but the number one response I would always get is that it sounds like Owl City. So,
Okay.
yeah, it does influence me.
Very cool. All right, last question I have for you before we sign off. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Hold on, I have to think about this.
All right.
Okay, well, the first one I can think of, shout out to my bro, Selfie Pony. Hey, Selfie Pony, and anyone who meets Selfie Pony, get a selfie with him. Shout out to my friends that I met at TrotCon. I miss you all. And shout out to all my San Diego bronies, because I love you guys, and I miss you all.
There you go. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on for this interview. It was a fantastic. So, anything else you want to give before we end off?
Friendship is magic. That's all.
Indeed. All right, so that's it from me, John, and thank you, Crusader, for coming on once again.
Yes, thanks for having me.
And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
All right, have a good one.